Greetings, welcome back to the channel. Well, today we're going to do a little work on the Aerovette. Get my vets right. We've done taking her and all the parts and washed them in Dawn dishwashing liquid. They're all dried out now. Now this is the chrome tree, and I just noticed a while ago, I don't know if you can see, but you can see through the hose. Isn't that awesome? I thought they were solid most of the time. They're solid. Unless you buy something 3D printed nowadays. Now these focus might get washed in here somehow. Maybe some metal gray. I don't know how we're going to do that yet. These may get put in the Simply Awesome degreaser, which is where this is the exhaust. It's got a lot of flash that I got to clean it off. That's going in the degrees. See, I'm a computer geek too, and there's an awesome window manager, and that keeps wanting to come out of my mouth. Simply Awesome degreaser. The exhaust manifold, the intake manifold, the air cleaner, the carburetor, those are going into the Simply Awesome also. This is my degreaser container, dechromer, depainter. See, models fit right in there. It has a nice little lid you can close. Keeps the bugs out and whatever else. So that's my nice little thing. We can even put Ugg in there. How's that? Of course, you can't see Ugg. There's Ugg. Say hi, Ugg. And we're going to cut the tires off the tree. And then we're going to play with those a little bit. So that's what we're going to do today. We've got paint ordered. The cheapest paint was the platinum silver, and I had several people comment silver, platinum silver. So she's going to be platinum silver. And we'll see what that color is. What we may do is take and paint these door. Let me get this up here to get it focused. Focus. Come on. There we go. Okay, so there we go. See that there's a door latch. Door latch right there. And the key lock. And we'll have to figure out how to highlight those. Phone setup as a camera. Hello. And I use Droid Cam for OBS. And I've got the autofocus on this camera set to whatever it sees right here. So when I get it up close, I have to hit the back of the screen to get it to focus up closely. Where this one might do that. I kind of like. I got this set up. I'm going to use this more often. I've not done any videoing for model cars. This is the first. I've done stuff on computers, but for computer work, but not for models. This overhead cam and the other cam is two different cams. I've not done it before. Two different cameras. I tried playing with it for a little bit, but I think we're going to play this setup, see how it works. Anyhow, I digress a lot. Okay, so we're back. I was like, well, maybe we'll show some of this. I want to use my brand new X-Acto blade. That is so thick, I can't cut it with that. So I thought, well, I have a saw. And we'll just saw it off. There we go. Do this side the same way. Hey, we're equal opportunists around here. We aggravate everybody equally. Wow, that's pretty tough stuff. As you can see, there's a lot of flash on there. So we got something to take care of that too. Since we're going to dechrome it, it's not going to be a big deal. We have files. We have square files, round files, flat files, little bitty files. We have all kinds of files. So put my visor down so I can see what I'm doing. Getting there. As you can see what I'm getting at here. Well, you know, they make stuff. I don't always do it uniformly. Well, you can see the divot where the pin's poured. That's okay. It's going to be under the car. You're not going to see it that much anyway. So we'll get this side done. Sometimes you hold the file still and you move the part, works just as fast. I may have to go out to the garage and get my file cleaner. Here we go, that one cleaned up pretty good. A lot of flash on there. Those looks like they're supposed to be tapered. I'll put my eyeballs up so I can show you what I'm looking at. Right there. Let's see if I can get a little more light. Light. Those are tapered quite a bit there, so there's a lot of flash in here, so we're going to scrape that out carefully without trying to break anything off. We might try drilling holes in there. Must remember, this is a brand new blade, Bruce. Otherwise, there could be issues. I was using this, not this. Yeah, it was this knife. This is the actual X-Acto knife. I have 2 or 3 others, like everybody else. And before I started using zip ties on the back of them so they don't roll away, I had to put a new blade in just like today. And I was doing some work on the circuit board. And I put the blade down, and I sit with my legs crossed under the desk, and that damn knife started rolling, and I heard it rolling, and being half blind, I couldn't tell where it was at, so I just sat still. I was waiting for it to hit the floor. Well, I heard it go off the desk, but I didn't hear it hit the floor. Well, being a diabetic, I have neuropathy in my legs and feet. So I thought, well, it must have hit my foot and bounced off. Well, I was kind of right. Mostly wrong. I looked down, and it was stuck in my leg. Just like that, all the way up to here. I sat there for a minute, and I looked at it, I thought, well, hell, that ain't no good. So I thought, well, what do we do now? And I thought, well, I guess I'm going to have to go to the hospital for one thing. So, I keep, like all people work on electronics, I keep a roll black tape handy, and of course you always have paper towels on your desk, or most people do. So I reached down there and I pulled it out, and I'm going to tell you something. The amount of blood that came out of that leg, you would not believe. It was squirting everywhere. It looked like a damn geyser. And then I thought, well, hell, that's not good. I started panicking a little bit. You know, one would do that. And that's when it dawned on me, paper towels. Of course, first thing, I grabbed a wad of paper towels, and I dropped it on my leg to cover up that gaping, squirting, bloody mess coming out. And I thought, well, this is not good. And I need to get my flat blade. So then I thought, well, I grabbed the some more paper towels. I wrapped it around my, because that stack I'd already stuck on my leg had already got blood soaked. I mean, fast. Well, a lot of flash on there. So I threw that in the trash can, grabbed another wad, stuck it on my leg. And I started slowing down a little bit, so okay. It's looking better. It's amazing what a good file will do. And I thought, well, now what? As I'm standing there holding this wad of paper towel on top of my leg. Well, the blood slowed down, so I took, like any good mechanic, I put some more paper towels on top, took the duct tape, and started wrapping it around my leg. Well, I drove to the hospital, and I told them what I did, so I was sitting there in the waiting room. Probably sat there 20 minutes, imagine that. Nothing wrong here, folks, just my leg bleeding to death. Then we'll throw this in the bucket. There, Rug, hold on to that. Of course, then I went into the examining room. That's the alternator. Awesome. It gets degreased too. So they came in and took it off, and by that time it quit bleeding. Imagine that. Of course, this has been 40 minutes now since I did that. Purple pond, here you go, Hug. And the doctor looked at me, asked me what I did, and I told him. He just laughed. I said, yeah, well, it wasn't real funny at the time. He said, well, he looked at the nurse and says, give me the super glue. And they proceeded to super glue it shut. Well, you know, that's what they do nowadays, and I didn't think of that. They, super glued it shut. Well, we got the preliminary cleanup done on that. We'll probably do more after we get to start working on the engine. So then they sent me home with a little burnt bandage on that spot. Well, I mean, I said, well, don't you have Cookie Monster? I got home and got to thinking about it. I thought, well, hell, here, Doug, take care of that one too. I could have just saved myself $200, and well, of course I didn't pay that. The insurance did. I could have done the same thing because I got super glue at home. That's what I told him. I said, well, I could have done that at home. I do model work. And he just laughed. He said, well, now you know what to do. Don't want to trim that too much. I'll cut that off. There we go. Looks good. So that's when I started putting zip ties on there. If it's round, it has a zip tie on it. Don't want to take that lip off. There we go. Whoops, sorry, Hug. Oh, stand up there, buddy. I think that's all we're going to do on that. Like I said, we'll not put these in the Simply Awesome. I remembered just yet. We just may. I got some gunmetal and some other stuff ordered. I ordered $100 some for the paint. Anyhow. I got an order in the other day. I picked up some of this. I usually use floor polish and window wash. But I'm going to try Grandpa Mark's method of mixing paint. I got this retarder. And I got X11 chrome silver. And I got metallic gray XF56. And that's a smaller bottle. I didn't realize I bought. Whoops! I bought two of those. A bigger bottle, smaller bottle. Oh well, right? And I got some other stuff I'll show later for a different project. Disregard that noise. I just knocked all my floppy disks on the floor I had stacked up over there. Isn't that nice? Everything ends up on the floor. Anyway, that's all we're gonna do today. We're gonna cut these tires off, and then we'll stick them in the drill. I have a. Let me see if I can get it. I have a carriage boat with a flat washer and a nut, and I stick it in my drill. And I can't get to it right now. But I have a holder that I put my solder on. I put it in a drill, and I wind the solder up on the smaller spool instead of having a great big one. So we'll put the tires in there, and we'll sand the tires down with the electric drill, doing the same thing. Problem solved. We take this washer, stick it on there. Then we take this nut. This is Hoosier ingenuity. We used to say something different. Can't do that in that day because it butt hurts everybody. So then you stick your tire on there so your tire's centered. Stick that washer on there. Stick that nut on there. Yep, I hit the floor and missed my foot. Then you have this concoction. Okay. So then we get out the electric drill, and we mount in our electric drill. I've done this before. Can you tell? Then we turn the drill on. Noise alert! You take your flat file and just run it back and forth just a little bit. As you can see the black on there. Just cleaning up the tire. You don't have to run it real fast. You can feel when the hump's gone. As you can see, a lot of rubber. You just take this out of the drill. Thank you, Mr. Drill. That's Mr. Sears. You remove your nut. Stop it out there. And there you have it perfectly. Let's go the overhead camera. Other camera. And there you can see where the big part was. Just nice and smooth. And that's how I do my tires. I mean, everybody else has their way of doing it. But I already had this set up to do my solder, which, by the way, Grandpa marks there. That's probably the wire, same solder you use for your spark plug wires. So guess what? I have some. And I'm going to try that. I bought the paint. It should be here soon. So there you have it. That's how I do my tires. How do you do your tires? Like I said, I'm sure there's lots of ways. I watched this a few years ago. I thought, well, that's pretty neat. So there you go. Anyway, thanks for watching. This is the first update on the Chris Cortel Celebration of Life Aerostar build. Have a great day. Remember, be kind to your neighbors. You don't know when you're going to see them again. Bye-bye.